Hi, it's foot night. All of our mailers said it was head and jaws, but no, I was determined to make tonight a foot night meditation. I've always had a lot of issues with my feet. They've been jacked up my whole life. And I think it started out, I grew up in Hawaii, and you don't wear shoes, or at least when I grew up there as a child, you didn't wear shoes, not even to school. So I was barefoot for the first many years of my life, and that has its own issues. And then I wore high heels modeling for a number of years. And so my feet are jacked up. And so I wanted to do this meditation so that we could ground our feet. And also I wanted to tell you a story. Some of you have probably heard this story, but my ex-husband and I went to Greece, and we were at the Acropolis up on the hill walking. And as I was walking side by side with him, I looked down and I saw my feet weren't my feet. They were the feet of an older man with really ginormous brown feet. And they were all kind of barnacle-y looking. And they were in these leather sandals. And what was happening was I was flashing back on a past life that I had at the Acropolis. And I knew right when I was looking at my feet that I was a scribe and I was headed for the library. And those feet were pretty gnarly looking. So the reason I bring that up is because we're going to be looking for past life pictures of lifetimes when something happened to your feet so that you can clear those and bring in some new energy. So that's what we're doing tonight. And it's going to be a little bit of a two-part meditation. So the first part, we're going to be doing energy work and grounding them. But the second part, we're going to do a little foot reflexology. So if you have some lotion in your house, I would grab some lotion right now. And if you have any essential oils, I brought out my chamomile because that's a calming essential oil. And I didn't want to use something like eucalyptus at night, where my feet would be tingling. But if you have an essential oil, that will be nice to add to the lotion. And we're just going to do some simple foot reflexology after we're done with the energy work. Okay, I'll take a sip of water and wait for you to come back with your lotion. Which, by the way, means that you're going to have to take your shoes and socks off. So I would go ahead and do that right now so that you're barefoot. I'm waiting for you to take off your shoes and socks. If you're wondering why I'm not saying anything. Okay, let's go ahead and find our space by grounding. Go ahead and close your eyes and bring your awareness to the center of your head, right behind your eyes. With your feet planted flat on the ground, hips distance apart, go ahead and find the base of your spine. And at the base of your spine, if you have a grounding cord on right now, go ahead and drop it into the center of the planet and create a brand new one in whatever color or patterns you want it to be. When that grounding cord hits the center of the planet, anchor it in. And then go ahead and turn it on to full release and start grounding some of the energies of the day today. You can go ahead and ground work energy. And for the next half hour, step out of any projects that you're involved in. They'll be there for you when this is over. And go ahead and complete all the communications that you've had today, whether they were on the phone, email, text, social media. actual physical talking one-on-one to somebody, go ahead and ground all of that out. And bring your crown chakra up to a nice medium blue, like a sky blue. We'll put a little strip of gold on top of that. And pull the edge of your aura in fairly close around your body, about 2 to 3 feet. Okay, good. Now we're going to start our meditation on the feet. And the first thing we're going to do is say hello to the chakras in the bottom of your feet and imagine that you're opening them up. The way that we're going to do this meditation is 1 foot at a time. So I'm going to have you do something. You'll do it to your right foot first and then your left foot. Okay. So with your eyes closed, go ahead and say hello to your toes and put a grounding cord on every toe in your right foot and ground every toe to the center of the planet. And say hello to any past life trauma to your feet. I was thinking of lifetimes where you may have had trauma to the feet, might be a lifetime as a dancer or as an athlete or a war lifetime. Look to see if you have any past life trauma in your toes. And on each item that we're grounding, I'm going to give you about a minute. Some of you might think that's too short, and some of you might find it too long, but I tried to come up with a medium amount of time. And you might have trauma in your toes from this lifetime too. Okay, now go ahead and say hello to your left foot and ground each of the toes on your left foot. And again, you're looking for trauma. All right. The next thing we're going to ground are your toenails. So go ahead and say hello to your right foot and put a grounding cord on each of your toenails and be looking for past lives disease or maybe like fungus, things like that that can affect the toenails. If you find some energy in the toenails, don't forget to ground underneath the toenail too. Okay, now go ahead and say hello to your left foot and ground the toenails on your left foot. Next, we're going to move on to the balls of your feet. And what I want you to do is ground the wear and tear from your feet out. If you think about it, how many miles have you walked in this lifetime already? Go ahead and ground that wear and tear out. And this, you can start with the right foot. Let all the pain in your feet go down that grounding cord. And now you can move to the left foot and ground the balls of your feet in your left foot. I'm noticing the energy of the pounding of the feet coming out of everyone's feet. Okay, next, go ahead, say hello to your right foot again, and we're going to ground the right ankle. And again, look for past life trauma to maybe your legs or your ankles. Ground the right ankle. And remember, there's a minor chakra in your ankle, so you could say hello to that chakra too. And then go to your left ankle and ground that. Next, go back to your right foot and ground the alignment of the bones in your right foot. And you can postulate that you're grounding the alignment of the bones, but I would put a grounding cord on the bones of the foot as you do it. If you've broken any bones in your right foot, see if you can find the picture that the break got in on and clear that picture. Now ground the bones in your left foot and bring them into alignment. All right. And next, back to the right foot, you're going to ground any stuck energy in your foot and then replenish it with a sun of flexibility. And now ground the energy that's stuck in your left foot and replenish it with a gold sun of flexibility. All right. Now that you've filled in both of your feet, what we're going to do now is ground the energy blocking you from taking your next step. And the way that we're going to do that is with the symbol of a door. So I'd like you to create a doorway in front of you with a threshold. And as you look down, or imagine looking down at your feet as you stand in front of the doorway, and look at what's the energy between your feet and the door. That's the energy I want you to ground. So go ahead and create a grounding cord in front of your feet all the way to the threshold of the doorway and start grounding that energy. One of the energies I see coming out is fear. After you've grounded the energy between your feet and the doorway, now what I want you to do is open the door if the door is closed. And you're going to bring some gold into the doorway, like the frame of the door. So open the door and create a great big gold sun above that doorway and fill the whole thing in with gold. And take a minute to create 2 great big gold suns that I want you to bring into each foot and completely fill them up on a cellular level with all of that gold. And when you're all filled in with your feet, go ahead and bring a great big gold sun into the top of your head. Fill yourself in with gold, and you can come on out of trance. Okay, now for those of you that came a little late, I was saying if you have some lotion, you might want to go get some lotion right now. We're going to do a very brief foot reflexology. So I have my lotion and I have my essential oil. I've got my chamomile for calming my feet down. And I found a Chinese map of the feet. And so I thought what we could do is just in general do some foot reflexology. So go ahead and open up your lotion. Let me get my essential oil out. I'm going to start with my left foot. Okay, so the first place that we're going to work on is the very tips of the toe. And the very tips of your toes are your brain, from the big toe, second toe, and third toe. Those all represent your brain and your head. So you can rub right across the top of each of those toes. And then on the outside toe, the baby toe, and the one next to it, those are for your sinuses. You can rub your sinuses. And then right below your baby toe, for about an inch, all of that underneath the baby toe is your shoulder. And then if you go a little bit left from where the shoulder is, you'll be in your lung area. And, you know, I'm just rubbing in a clockwise motion with my thumb. Okay, so we did lungs. The whole stomach area is in the center part of the foot where your foot chakra is. And so if you rub that in a clockwise motion, I'll tell you all the different goodies that you're going to be hitting there. That is your stomach, your pancreas, your kidneys, gallbladder, and even adrenals. Okay, then below that is your coccyx and your small intestine. So that's the space kind of right above the heel of your foot. And there's a strip along the heel of your foot that represents your sciatic nerve. I thought some of you might want to know that because you can actually rub this and help your sciatic nerve. And then at the very back of the left foot, more towards the inside of the foot, at the very end of it, by your heel, is your pelvis. Okay, I'm just giving my left foot a full-on rub now, and then we'll go to the right foot. Okay, time to change. Get your lotion out. Okay, now we'll go ahead and repeat what we did on the left foot for the right foot. Okay, so we're going to start with the tips of your toes. And the first 3 toes represent your brain, the tips of your toes. And then the outer 2 represent your sinuses. Ow, that's a little sore. Some of you may find that as you're rubbing, you're going to hit some sore spots, and that just means there's energy in there. Okay, now we're going to go down underneath the toes to that area that we know as the balls of your feet, and that's your lungs. if you go to the outside of the foot in that area, then you're on your shoulder. And if you go to the other side, for the inside of your foot in that same area of the balls of your feet is your thalamus. And then you can slide your thumb down to the middle part of your foot, and that's the stomach area where you are clearing energy from the stomach, the pancreas, the kidneys, the gallbladder, and the adrenals. And then below that is your colon. So that area right before the heel of your foot is your colon. And then on the heel of your foot is that strip for your sciatic nerve. And then the space underneath your sciatic nerve is the pelvis on the very back of the heel. And then you can give that foot an overall rub. Oh, that's happy feet. That's very happy feet. All right. That is the foot meditation. I hope you enjoyed that. Let's take one moment to just fill ourselves in with a big gold sun. And may it be with the blessing of divinity that this body beautiful meditation tonight on the feet be complete. Amen. Thank you for joining me for that. That was cool. I enjoyed that. I hope you did too. All right, let me tell you what's coming up. We have a Female Fridays coming up this Friday, and it's on self-worth. And then I think our February mailer went out. And so then the next thing after Female Fridays, self-worth, will be next Thursday night is a soul support healing on love, because it's February. I thought that would be really fun. So I'll see you on Friday for Female Fridays, and then hopefully see you again for the love healing on next Thursday. All right. Thanks for joining me. Have a wonderful evening and enjoy your feet for the rest of the night. Bye-bye.